Memwajo.
Yeah.
That was a point to say.
Lawyer Uncle Pondy, a canny quacho be out here.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, mama nyina akwaba badansa na sisi meba na yatwa eye jumadi so. Okay. So kwajopoku ewo line so yene no etwetwe nkomo enwumbre. Hello kwajo. Hello kwajo. Hello kwajo.
Hello.
Memwajo.
Me Joseph.
Na bom to say.
Mpachom de boko.
Okay. So yene Mr. Kwajo Poku and etwetwe nkomo enwumbre. Ono eba eye energy ho ensensem tito petrol ene ho ensensem a odi akwetene pa ye. Enti sa area ho de ba ono a de ne no twetwe nkomo. Kwajo enwumbre yembisa se utie ensem a Minister of Finance edito Ghana de hyenim enawie.
Mpachom fine with question again.
Na mebisa se Finance Minister ensem a enedai odito Ghana for enimunya kwan etie bi.
Mpachom I caught a part of it.
Okay. And this straight away, no, share and sema okaye titro efa petrol any diesel air reduction or say abanye to anamon se waye no. Wo as obi a we expert e was sa field o sha the impact I benya e we so no etisɛn.
I say we get. And say normally the year increase war petrol diesel more. When the do our petrol cost 10 pesos, when the do our petrol cost 12 pesos. But then say in where you uncharted territory. For the first time, as far as I can remember, no, this is the first time one you product in a window no across show by up to like 2 cities. In Tisha, the jumper in Yanoa, Kobase, Upieka, I feel the other pension could do a minimum. Maybe I expect to say a very reduction, very sizable, whether they are Ghana for to say how long we would know. Minus to AUB for home. It is also say in a window, it's gone up by 20%, which is almost 2 cities in 10. Now, so 15 pesos. And say, you can be at the moment. What I have been told, me say 15 pesos, there are other measures here, almost tricky. I just say, now, a bit more than call the next window, no, they might perform significantly. And say, we know a year, and there was anything we are able to say, why we taxes. What he took out on was margins. UPPF, primary distribution margin, floor margin, and the boss margin. Those are some of the margins I will take you. So taxes and casadio or financial and cadia. But like I said, no, the other two can say we know a year there's the first of the measures. There are other measures they will come in place. And say the next window, which is end of this month, we will see how those combinations will come into play and how much reduction we will see in the prices.
Na se utie no na okeka boma na de ekowie ene se margins no enyina reduction no ebe result in about 1.6% ewo petrol and 1.4% ewo diesel. Na eno na amount for abisa se so aba ne say no enye tax and the yate so na ye margins no. Now the impact on the price ankasa from February na econo say na from
15 pesos 15 pesos the amount 15 pesos a liter into auto gallon is like 60 pesos and I make us say maybe a terminal so be petrol 15 pesos so na a dozen but said you who ye na petrol no I will buy 7 cities and in just one window if we recall 9 cities if you crown 10 cities a liter until top 40 cities ukra 40 cities over top just 1 gallon it may be terminal ukra 40 cities over top gallon we once I do actually into how abetono temperature you woman ye pem one and don't ye be share one now with the man it is time when we feel say you're too about to pay you're too 2 cities also so over more 15 pesos hollow and then say the build up to the whole thing is so when the public feels that are buying to be taxes there and that's the all yearning for the whole year not all yearning even for 3 months per within the 3 months I think in 3 months and it to me be asking you but me could you go and attend the Makase maybe Namia against any removal. There are other areas like the strengthening of the city. Those things, would naturally bring the price down. And from what I'm hearing, there are also measures and meetings that have been had that is going to help Bank of Ghana, help immensely to also help with the city and then those things. In the end, and the money higher the impact, the first window which comes into play next week, end of the month. It tell us a lot more what is going to happen.
The Ghana for be a person who and said some agency yet to see enko nya impact bia wo the supply side certain bia yebeko air pump yebenya fuel say petrol say diesel I was here to atana bibisa we because of your neighboring countries ni bi e wo hot say Nigeria mpa o de o car empo e kwa akope fuel no bi kra atana ayedin ama wo
say no the said the can 15% from the margins it doesn't affect Nipana or Kensington. The OMC and now BDC, or man, the Omufaso, a young fan, Banco Crown, Sika, a buying Sika original, and that was also 15%. Into your no AM Juma, which is a marketer, and I say, oil marketing company, and I BDC, the original, Mufaso, and one with ya, or man, the Omufaso. Nti obi anfo mo sanko kan obusika ometi akasi bia nti no omo nchumi toto for na for mo koto
kwadwo ansana ye no ebewie na mibisa sa de fuel de no eto nchen a other measures finance minister de to dwa ende dey say ya omo aban adwumayefo aban panyimfo utua wonka wakatia twetwa bi ene ade ne ade a yekeka ne nyina bom our impression no etisan
the measures of the two a report about to design the community they saying to the treasury saying and now the honor line is more kind of maintaining so kind 3 billion and I say man your kind I don't think that it do 3 billion or my now for the maintaining you say what to say allowance free and that's the salaries if we some of the state-owned enterprises maybe a minute or state-owned enterprises apart from DC's ministers are buying the pure mechanic, most of the state-owned enterprise, Oma issue internally the major funds for the pure mechanic. I hope that economy, how that goes into the budget savings. Then he talked of reduction in conferences and all those things. And the thing is, your money, we save some money, but there is still a long way to go. The old people can't say there is a need to raise revenue. Reducing your expenditure is good because it means it's kakatraba, which is a mother grade. But it cannot show the battle is here, it cannot be back. When you say, we slept on the job, and I think the other players where we could have paid a lot more attention to our upstream and can find good price cost free. And I tell you, you need three upstream now and can get and so there's a lot that needs to be done in the energy sector to help this economy. So far, I don't think that anybody is still attacking those things with seriousness. We only be at that trainer and they are going to be here. But savings that he's talking of now, let's hope in his budget, in his trying to achieve that 7% physical space, it's possible for him to do that. But for me, I'll give you an example. In the last 5 years, we've appointed a lot of deputies for positions that never had deputies. Okay? And my question in some instances is, why are we appointing deputies when you can use the existing civil servants or technocrats to do the work? Then, after appointing all these deputies, you are now saying that you are cutting their salary by 30%. Why did you appoint the deputies in the first place? Because we lived in this country for so many years and never had those deputies in those institutions. Maybe we should say, if we want to do the right thing, then let's go a long way and do the right thing. Although in some instances we are actually giving 2 deputies in some state-owned enterprises. And nobody knows why. There is a need to give those with the positions. Okay, so those are some of the problems that if government really wants to tackle. 30% of salary here, or for 2 deputies, but they can't see now if cut to paying by 30%. Why did you not put the 2 there in the first place? Because the Jumano is set up in such a way that state-owned enterprise, civil servants, and they can do the work. You don't need 2 deputies in some of these institutions.
Okay. What do you ever see in your brain? Okay. Yene eye Kwaju Opoku is an energy expert and I train komo enyumbre. Efa the measures our Minister of Finance ede toja ende day ne sunsan so ebinya ede amaye. Now back to the house and penny for me you want to one impression about the measures. Ejebo ejanya bidru Minister of Finance or the Assembly abetuja. Doc, Mr. Say in free or Dr. Kofi or say edu. Minister of Finance send yana upese wotie enenia wotie a free finance minister ho a measure up to expectation ana.
Lawyer, nia etiene se Ohene Gyan tibia e omusesia no obie ni ho a obeka se ye wotibia pem. Frise wi asafe na nyina no sesia na Ohene bia ebre ye free covid mu ebaaye impo ema bebre mpo ntimi free mu mpo nduru bebi a Ghana yeduri bebre wotibia mu a mu odin pa. But ever say o compare 2019 and 20 eba enedue ya na say covid mu sunsun aso no kofom kakran wo amanye wo wi ase nyina so eno nti no o hwes tibia umsesia na sutro mienu na yaje wi asafa na nyina age covid kofom kakran economy ni nyina esa epeja bi mu no ina Ukraine for ene yenuanom Russia for so say ye de e be santo kwa eguso Oba Ghana hampo de Ghana ye mfanto ho a wohwe data ye wa ye export and import data ye kra na bebre efiri Russia pa ene Ukraine ba o magana ha wohwe no me di free Ghana ha nso ko Russia mu duru pa entitem bia saa ama we basabasa ye ebesi ho no sempo no wo de fango to nchempo na wohwe edwadie hu asemo a ehun sunsuaso kese eka ye ne ete Ghana ha ina enoma ye kra free ho no nso edeba o magana mu no enam basabasa ye koso ni nti no ebia ye nya dodo mpo entumi nkra emfamba o magana ha nti covid hun sunsuaso ina Ukraine ne nuanom Russia fonta kwanso sunsuaso ina dia bedu bebi ababedu di kan no nti wo hwa a saa aman mienu ntokwasha ase pe ina petro bo fango bo wo wiase dwaso ehya asese epagya kosoro nti wa wo hwa a obemu se data akra ye wo ekire se ebra December 2021 wo hwa saa mbre no na fango bo na $74.17 wo hwa bepem ne March bosome miensa pe apagya free $74 ababedu $130 enu nti no wana wakra fango edeba o magana mu ema yenso yetimi kɔ filling station yetimi kɔ bubugu ye car mu no ne bo no entumi engina faako cause ohwe se ne esesa kɔna from 3 months ago na ye 74 ene ye 130 enti apagya ne ho akɔsoro ohwe mpagya mu a na ye 75.3% na apagya ne mu enti ye den kura no a enoma boa wo man ni mu no ebekɔsoro kaso no maboa petro ababaye petro ne diesel ababaye ade bia ne bo onya akɔsoro pɛ na afeto no ma wo man ni mu nyina abo Ghana yedidwa pa enti obi obefa no ma free nkran ekoton o mikro mo dwekwa I was central region saa nipa no se first no obeto ade na nka okokoton no 2 cedis a enne enam se few obo akosuru nti no so no aka na de ba ya obebu petro dodo se ne first de obu no enti okono okoton ade na onton 2 cedis biem ode kakra beka ho ate petro ne bo no ansa na wode ne profit kakra so e de aka ho enti wode eno ede ya ama ahokyera ba ma no mabo nyina sha aseso e kosoro wode eno to nchen a yesidi na ho ode ne nso aba fom esidi ahoɔden aba fam te sidi ahoɔden nya nso ba fam pa na ekire sese behia sidi bebre enya kwesi broni dollar baako enti ade bi afɛs no yeto no wɔ abrokyire $1 no ne bo nsesan yo da ho yɛ $1 ba first no ka bia wuhia 5 Ghana na wo de akra ade a yeto no $1 ɛwɔ China ana ɛwɔ US since ya na sidi ahoɔden aba fam no abeduru be 8 cedis no since ya wuhia 8 Ghana cedis na wo de ade na ne bo sesa e wa manone no enti so wo hwe saa we ya first na 5 cedis wo de ba na bia waton no 6 cedis wo de profit 1 cedi bi ato but since ya koduru 8 cedis no wo kra saa de na ba untimi nton 7 cedis sebe wo boka enu nti no wo sa the profit the same margin 1 cedi kra to so a na SSC ya no e ya akọ 9 cedis so the 2 cedis do ana wa kodu 10 cedis enu nti ama o de ba eno ma bo a omo kraba o man mu ne buo nyina so asase e kosoro saati bia yi ina o man Ghana yewom se ye saati bia we mu die a ama eduane so cause no be bebre fertilizer ye kra fa ma ne ba no be bre a ekuafo de kra de do mu duban kra no ye kra be fa ma no ne de ba enti no ama o man kasa input ni po o mo de hye ekwadwuma no po kra no ne bo akosoro first fertilizer na no water na bia na water ba akon 1 cedi and wonto no 1 cedi enti so obu eburo bag na on fa meje se ne first ne bo wote no enti ama aduane bo nso akosoro wo hwe Ghana Sasca service data omo de ba abonten a eno kire se ya inflation ewo bosumi etwemi February apagya akodu 50.7%. na 50.7% na entichemu omo de chemu kire se aduane bo nko a akodu 17.4%. Tina se ye inflation na esi a ye experience no eduane bo na akokɔ soro no twe ye mu pa na ma no ma bo etwe mi contentem no we ye tebi a oman Ghana ye nyina ye wom enye Ghana nko na experience we ebra a wo kasa na wo ka Nigeria fo de ompo petro no po de ukuta sika ra wonya bi ni wato nti no kwa duru ho na kasa petro bi ni ho na wonya ato ukuta sika pa ebi ni ho na wabubi enti ede ahokyera bre won sa na yeso etim enti omampeni ni mpemfo tena ase no omo no so ade hu ni se den na ombetumi aya imprempren ye hu betumi atoye Impre ahoto no omanpanini ne mpanyimfo hu se ye expenditure ene ye revenue ene se di nka hwe se tembia no magana tembia ne di bro ye expenditure so on e fe budget deficit no tembia ne sika aban hia ede aye mpuntudwuma aban de aye normal person de sika ye wa afi ni mu no eye eso sene revenue a ye de gene wa afi bia mu enti aban hunu se ne ye kɔ no yankɔ ahoche ye kɔ ne sa ahoche de bedoso enti on pe kwan bi obete expenditure no so the expenditure now was say ya cut down expenditure
enti ye beba no so ma me fa wo enso ana ya hwɛ ya cut ne ya cut ye ene ne ya ibenya free cut no ya we ne susan so a ibenya ede ama me da se besan aba wo nche me nko Pevgrave na menye na dwenche on this thing Pevgrave yenhwɛ the impression so people were having expectations so from Peduase Lodge yate se Minister of Finance ede abanya no de sem ebeto yenim de a wote ne nei enna na wo hwe ni mu ana
your lawyer me say chiao na me chia wahwefo ne wetiefo ende numre me say me pese me de nyama bebre eto proper perspective na me fiti ase efi say inkomodia ende wia finance minister honorable Kenneth Friata de tudwa no efiti ase ewo baabi efiti ase ne say na wotwe na etwemu no ne wukwada no omampani na nadodan kwekufuado ene ne cabinet extended 3-day retreat we Sunday na inyema 9 ne enum ne nsia bi na omudi ho nkomo na mebomode na makeka ho na me de abesi and then komo no so so omampani ka say ye hwe ye covid management na ya boy homodin ye pa e wo man ni mu ya reduce the risk of transferring COVID-19 ye bie ye airport ye the protocols bebre atoto honom aboama sesia nipa tumi kwa abrochi omoba oba na port health na check it na so ye negative ye be mo epie oge ba na ye positive ye ka say self quarantine chese ye ninya osi yembo modini ye nhwe in the next few days opese o hwe no obie land borders no send be ya ye nua no mo mudi akonia ba between Ghana, Togo, Ghana, Burkina Faso, Ghana, Ivory Coast other countries no betumi edi honkomo into your setting up in immediate ministerial task force say omonko yen hwehwemu na omonfa paper bin breno na ontumi any Ghana funding komo say na be obetumi bi o man no any land borders no any number 1 number 2 omampeni ka say in terms of reviewing the first 3 months of 2022 or say me say we are fanenya as a result of intokwa esi wo Ukraine and Russia intino the entire value chain IFA crude any oil need distribution of a number of things asama enema yeden kakra inti a minister for finance Bank of Ghana governor any minister for energy omombo modena immediately after cabinet retreat omombo modena stakeholder engagement na put measures be in place beboa ama Ghana for ho atomo yetoso miensa omampeni ka say yehwe yankasa ye cedi depreciation na as is depreciating at a very high rate against the dollar inti Bank of Ghana governor Dr. Addison also on na on fiscal policy bi beboa ama ye cedi no etumi stabilize inti yehwe Monday anopa be 10 o'clock to 12 o'clock Bank of Ghana governor edi chansheshe no etoto honom nyetoso no mampeni ka say ya maimu ye wo policies ye de ba ye de beto aba na mayen sunsun hu bi nso hu say policies no de bia no e sha share from a political party no oba campaigning on policies onya tumi na obetumi de aboa oman no na eba fi political party policy na say obe wini power na obe ye president na say obe ye ruling government na ebe ye government policy. But the final stage of policy materialization, no say policy no enyi enya ntuma pay fra no say policy na ba be civic responsibility. Into omampeni say yen hwe 16 policies no. Yen hwe policies be ya implemented to the barest minimum 100% ebetumi akọ autopilot even without government subvention. yɛhwɛ policy bi a yɛyɛ ebi a bɛyɛ 80%, 90% a ebi here government subvention kakra. Yɛhwɛ policy bi a ebi a a lot of attention, 10%, 20% na yɛhwɛ sɛ ebi a yɛbɛtumi freezing within the appreciable time na ɛwɔ hɔ no. Nti ɛho nkɔmɔ ɛna ɛma Minister for Finance and there obedi ho nkɔmɔ. Nti I'll just quickly go through let me just give a bit bird's eye view. Okay, say in some kakra isi we are saying no having adverse effect on Ghana. 5 major things affected your fuel prices, affected your inflation and cost of living, affected your exchange rate, affected your interest rates, aside affected your revenue mobilization efforts. Or these uncommon no sign by and say it never be see globally. I no impact no on the economy no. It can be felt locally. Inti or the GDP no to 200 esanka COVID-19 say na me do uncommon no. Esan can say or present budget 2022 my parliament. Now in that budget 2022 no presenting my parliament even as at today revenue mobilization ejumadie bi wo hono ma na say parliament omo boa no mo pass na yetumi to adwumadie no so the most discussed electronic levy and no it has come about as a result of the fact that na yehwe nkofo mutua taxes out of nippon mu yejuma in terms of about 18 million people just about 2.4 million per any taxes now share in totality krana close to about 30.8 million just about 8% and almost carry the burden of paying the taxes. Not just say, share your entire revenue mobilization. I see expanded tax brackets. Anything I do innovative policy way about Osanka Ukraine home sem you start your chassis one chassis on the 24th of February. Ochina would be exactly 1 month, and then 23rd of March. I mean, clearly, it's had a bit of an impact. Now, Minister for Finance also Mayeti as say. There were a number of issues that were happening in the country. Back when they said now your IMF and okay say and they successfully happened to me and they IMF program by 2019. Inti or the Sunday one to 2 just first Ghana phone ya te akwen to na yetu no so we na obaye na or start say or the measures na
we'll come to the measures, don't worry. We'll come to the measures. We'll look at the measures near said a honsem etie Pelgrave Boachidankwa and
but lawyer Obisa me say mentia say anything. How did I find my impression? I think by and large, I can confidently state say the government is resolute, say almost solve the global issues and then minimize the impact of global issues on the common Ghanaian.
Okay, enti enche kra na yebeba so dey ahwe say measures aban edigu or so dey be resolve or be solve sa issues measures ben Binko Professor Bafo Ajimendua na menye impression Prof.
Yes sir.
Now we na kwanya etie bi ana asa wo hwe bi
ma hwe ni nyina but makenka ho nsem bebre kakra okesa wie no makenka ho nsem
okenkan ye no o fa ne sen emiti wo expectation ana
o je di kan ma menu anu mu afinchi apa mi hu mo afiu ti manage se ni hia mo ne edi sankomo eni se em se menu anu mo kasa pa o ma chechire mu di nti a enekra na esi na ewosesie se finance minister beba no acheche nsem amagana free se bosume kakra atwamu yi anasa afi wo kura mfiti ase no ebepem de no ensem bebre asisi efa ye sikasem ho ene ensem bebre ye parliament cry wo ho ye nyina hu se omo cry ko tutu blues abobo boxing bi chese emfata ni nyina ne san ene se de be ya oman ba ko ye nyina be kmenya adwenkro na ye de aboa ye mani enti de nesi ye na chese political scientists won say be friend of political efficacy say base citizens or more expressive say and say be how let's say aban or no timi respond to that aduma how na say that is what we call political efficacy nti on that score no emede say aban enya emre na said so oyemom but still an onyamre di nkitaho akyerɛkyerɛnsɛm mu na ohawa haye no ekon befa so na odi no matutu yie se be ya nipa be ho ebe hare no kakra na my impression de no ane se abank can be a minister for finance or can be a kama said the kan ni nyina kosi se opese ahokyere a ye nya no eso te kakra nti o se petrol kra driver for osun ye ntoso kakra ma wo mo afei nipa complaining says isika sen mo fa bebre no ye tugu kwa frisi ye de hwehwe nkrofo bi amfaso ni so no kasa no say petrol kra ye de mema ye ni appointees free no ye bet so 50% sanya wo kan sa kire be komu no enti wo fa no sa ho dia na che se eye pa na memom me final comment is no maye no broni be ka say a step in the right direction but there is more to do because o mine no no my wo higher no ehu kakra this abant me amfane na nsi form and move forward beyond ne odi atu anim na ebia na ahokyere so ante kese amaye ntimi e bompa ye se yenya kuhoduro tu ye na ba ko asi animu no ye be koso ni asa tu ba ko na afi yakoye nim kakra
Professor Bafo Ajimandua ena wo hye no enwumbre o san etie no enwumbre na punch ena ye no edi sabri ubetimi ede wadwenkyere nsusuye ana wasem bisa na ba 0550567929 or 0550596929. Just send us a message or WhatsApp message na we are financial at send I will bring enwumbre. Na menko Dr. Kofi Osei Edu na me yenko measures ban edegu akwan and as a measures Minister of Finance I announce as expenditure cutting measures na say eno savings ben na edi ebebre
lawyer nia etiene se medin kana me kanu oman bia no ewo normal mienu a temu bia na ready budget a yeka ho asem pa yeka bibi efen estimated expenditure na yeka estimated revenue na safina ye be wuremu no aban ni so ade hunu se sikadodo obehia da ye mpuntudwuma obetwi teacher for ka obetwa kwan obesi school adan nya aban ni so ade hunu a wo hia sika ede aye na aban asan so ahwe se ekwan be na mefa so menye sika sa aban hwe ade opese oye na ohwe sika obenya ekwan obefa so benya sika no aban wo kwa miensa odenya sika de bia meka se aban onye nipa de se menu mienu na wasora kwa adwuma na bosome so yetua neka aban kwan edi kan ofa so nya sika tax efe na etuotua nti no menu mienu asede se ye Ghana fo yetua tax de ma aban cause ekwan a aban nya sika kase pa de mpududwuma ede maye de tosu mienu sa aban hwe se tax no a onya aye no entumi eni di opese oye no mpududwuma opese oye ne sika no enye pa aban wo ho kwan so obobesia na fe no loans no bosia bobesia e wa manone ana bobesia e wo oman na kasa mu de tosu miensa kwesi bro ne fe ne grant achade grant ne de ontimi fa woni nto so se metiwei se me no kasa ya no so o chiro bi becha made wan na becha made mi hu se ne pa na ka kire me na o kampo no wanye nso eti mienu edikan ne ade aban ebetumi ne sesi ne bo so no de obetumi de yaye e de miti de opese wo ye entem bia ne ye revenue no a de gi a tax no wo form sene expenditure no de aban pese wo ye na ye fa no budget deficit enti de aban pese wo sesi a ne se on pese obetu amerika akobo besia on se so pese we expenditure no revenue ye pa so ko loan akobo besia na de page revenue no na akoshi expenditure no aban se wo mu se ye bebo besia de na so ye mpa akwan bia betimi ate expenditure no so ye bete expenditure no din kan aka se aban adwuma ni bia no a o governor appointee no aban akasa afa na adwuma so ye minister ana so hwe aban SOEs ni bi ne so no wo se wakatua ya to 30% itwa so 30% sa 30% na aban kan no temporary me enchire mu ye so bete say o sa 30% permanent say we aban adwuma we minister bi dia in the 30% na free so da bi aban say from April ya kopim December in aban ede yet measures aban kan ede fa finance minister kan temporary measures enti the all can say start 30% no ebe hare ebe me ye ho hare se mfa san ka omunyina akatua 10 Ghana sika de ma omunya 10 Ghana abanse be mo 7 cedis na aka 3 cedis sa 3 cedis no ye benya sa sika de ahye beebi a ka first bebo besia na de sa sika na koye nea nke pese ye de ye sisa 3 cedis mama ye ho hare ye me de ahye bibi mu a nka first nke ka ko hia loan ansa na etumi aye na edi kan no o se sisa petrol ya coupon ye de ma sampanyimfo yi o se wa bomode apekwan bi aso ate so 50%. In the senka at the end of bosumi biano who coupon 1,000 Ghana or said about 500. Sa 500 na kan sika 500 na kano or be hwa boabo ni nyina no e de ahye bebia ebe mama omanfo e de Ghana fo nyina ye ho ahare iti we nyina no e ya de e be boaye o san so me yete ase se okọ MMDCs no omon puten no me die fo no opekwan bia so se omo no omun puntu juma no mo ye no ye be hwese be teso kakra 10%. The abai kenyina no
additional 10%. There's initially 20%. Then as you say yes I ko cut 10%.
It you didn't cut 20. The 10 asanso efiri so na 30.
Na assembly CB e wo ho a say a cut of 30% of more projected annual we know ebasa say ebi hu be kire ompa
se ye kate sa na ebeye adesoa ema DCs no any MMDCs ni nyina any omko ne director se ombetuma bomode enya internal generated fund ombetumi apagem omo wo kwan omfa so ombetumi enya sika internally obi se property rate oma na dije wa dije property rate se wodi ahodin hye lawyer se property rate mponko a ye kasa aban fa sika nkoma mantem bi omonde property rate no omonde ni yi no mo mfanye mpundudwuma kombe no ma esen de aban common fantimi ye because property rate no obi bia we japade bia o mantem ho bia na wosika bi so wotua enu nti se ohwe gas scan service essence say ye ohwe properties do ya wo Ghana ha ina ko obi ampo etua de se wotua nka sika aban betumi enya emampundudwuma akoso ewo ye mpeso aso no kebedoso enti yate so de na so mo akonya so betumi aye adwuma adeje revenue within market omo wo any tools so mo deje nyina no betumi deje ni yie no betumi amampundudwuma akoso sene nka ban sika de ba ya nka bekoso no.
Okay. And then the government is also imposing complete moratorium on the purchase of imported vehicles for the rest of the year.
Already ni jesam. Oh, se sia no sika ya foreign exchange ya ko si broni dollar yi na sia masidi ho de ye kra ye normal ye to normal fra ma no neba no na masidi ho de ba fom. Ti ye sia de enhwehwe ni nyina aso. Basa na dollar kakra ye wo no e wo man ni mu no ye bo mmodin ade didwuma ye pese ye den ye didie. Na mum ye hwe ye kate we nyina no eye tempera no na se ne na profoka no ese san tu ye na ba koka ho na edu ba bia ye betumi nya permanent solution to the ye nyina ohun se aban bia ababia no ekwan aban bia ababia fa so e de solve ye depreciation problem no aban bia ababia the temporary measures ne edugu akwam the air for pa ene se obo modin ase dollar na ho de ni sid na ho de ni kofom na dollar owo system no kofom a wo pekwan bia akwaje bosia bi ba na dollar ba system ni mu enya ba mu na no na sid no aho de na gina kakra en dollar america tu na gina kakra sese oba Ghana ha ene wiasa fa na ma bebre de ye ne se ye party system bi efe no floating exchange rate ye ka se floating exchange rate enya aban ina baba na so se beto dollar 5 cedis and beto dollar 7 cedis ye nipa do mo hia dollar ene dollar do nso a ye wo man ni mu no in the be kire dollar bo
demand and supply
it yemfa say dollar etese banche egu dwaso ina enumere ye pese di fufu tie nyina ye kodwaso akoto banche ni bi yemfa say ye ne yete ye nipa 9 ina memfa ne say o producer in the ton banche o banche o 5 cedis pe na wo ho ye nyina so ye fu ye betime di 5 cedis prof beka say enumere de come dem pefufuo pacho bantin say 5 cedis dey bad fama me 10 cedis meto no fama me nko a na lawyer also da be prof nko na be so di fufuo me so meto no 15 cedis tubo say ye the 15 cedis 10 cedis 20 Ghana cedis e betie ni no na banche ba akona no e yedru 100 Ghana enti eye pressure na koforo do mo hia dollar no edro so $dollar do e wo system ne mu nti ina ma seed na ho ne kwa na ekofo
na speculators a mo wo mu sika ta ho a otumi $dollar na ediba system na mo anato
so onim se
e ma ne bo no ekọ then they gain more
se onim se ho bekọ atwe dollar no de tembia no yenim se ukuta seed ya beto dollar so onim se ho bekọ atwe a no hwe system ase de kakra be enche be de be bosom yensa no na de aban de abehjem na efrim enti saa na tie de a mintobi ngu ho o tobi gu ho no na o ma se ke be de be bosom mienu ansa na dollar no ho akwa atwe kakra since o tobi gu ho no na bi na wotwe mi na dollar nasa since ya be de nya permanent solution ni yankobo be se enfa behjem ade ba akwa aban we baaye ade bia meka se senka aban ene ye ni nyina ye ja NDC ni MPP ne de akoma edi ekire ne ya shaban kunas onye ni ye be boa ya nka eye one day one factory on say those projects na aban ede eye ho adwuma no ebema enoma bi a ye kra free amanone no ye ne nka se ye bi wo ye ka se ye manyi mu wona kwesi be for import companies no ade bi a wo kra free amanone no se toothpick ne ye kra free China ni ye de ba o ma Ghana ye nkasa kasa wo ye nkampro wa ha ye bie company a eye toothpick na ye kra farmer ne ba no e bi wo Ghana ha enti se nke be carry sika be ye 5 million Ghana cedis e kra toothpick na ene sa 5 million Ghana cedis ye fa kokra ye ne de beto e wo Ghana ha e de yi yensim wa ha enti sa no ma na se ye ya e ma pressure e wo dollar so no ene euros no so no abafom enti ehon ne ade ye se de ye ni kire sesi a ohwe bagana ha emo ye di yon lawyer ye kra papa ohwe data a wo ho a chese afibia mododo a ye kra ba o magana ha eni tomatoes mpo ye kra ba o magana ha ahwe wo hu bedwiru
ani nyina so ekumie
ni nyina it say say dey kwa refa so because ohia kwesi $1 na oda kra mo no oda kra tomatoes ne di aba enti kwa be na betumi afa so ye won kofo mu dua rice e wo Ghana ha oko Volta regional oko Central regional oko Northern regional wo mu dua rice then aba betumi aye omo nhyɛ daa ni ahoden sikasam nti omo ntimi ndo bebre ba aban timi ma omo nya ready marketer kasa ready marketer omo nya bebi a omo dua ebro emo no wi a omo kwakoton a ebe boa omo ema sankofo no etumi atre omo fuo no mu ekwam no betumi aye aban sisia na wo secondary school bebre e wo Ghana ha aye boarding ya banka sankasa de ene free SHS nti the other boarding house ontua 1 cedi ontua to ya bansika ine ye de hwe no ade nti yintumi nkasa 7 days order another boarding no emu be 2 days and 3 days de obedi made in Ghana rice ye ne betre fidie so a ne ya hye efie ne ya hye ntomata de ye si ye promote made in Ghana ade nti ye ma enwanu mo secondary school no omo hya se ndi made in Ghana rice no so kase odi made in Ghana rice na aban beto emo no efiri kueni ni ho sa kueni no onya sa sika na onim se odo efuo ni bi aban beto nti no okwakoji loan na oji loan na wodi ahyem
na no na buffer stock for enye sa adwuma na wodi
buffer stock AD but this buffer stock AD no esa aban tum etremu duru ba bia ebema ekuafo no wan haro no matimi omokoji loan omoni da so se memu yi de mebro yi de ya aban dia mitwa wi me de koma aban ene ba sa na ebema nduane na nke ye krafri amanone no wan eswate ebema yankase yetuma produce yankase normal emeku adwuma no nso mu aye nije aye nika amankofo nso ede mu ho ahyem enye sika gomboto
na said I can wona wo ye members of parliament wona wo ye ministers wona wo ye abampan for say afinu dru na wo ko constituency akoche mo a say na ko bia decide say obeche made in Ghana rice and a local rice and a for foreign rice na kwa you can imagine this year one person or yes I didn't be Ashanti regional minister Simon Osemensa or say
that's fantastic
under RCC adi bia na wo so mo de ma as Christmas ayi bia na say nye local we are on endoso
yes
to make sure say ye rice say ye tomato say ye den it had to be a made in Ghana product.
Yes.
So yes I no be to someone and I'm on now. And I can buy Jumadi be buffet ni one wine and ye make sure say you soon ya produce we won't have a
now say
problem.
it was school feeding schools na do so pa school feeding ni e do so pa se de ni so kire ese sa no ma we ne be ma ekuafo no nya sika etimi di akra machines o betimi di apo emo no ho ma emo no etimi ne de na etimi akosoro ma ne abrofo die ase kakra obi a complain so obi a mono kra no bibi mono ye omo mpohu ye omo se enye poro omo mpohu ye o sa machines and equipment omo hia e de apohu ye no omo sika samu nduru ho basa ban e sha ase e tofro omo ho e tofro kakra nkra onim se okoje bosia mpa e koto sa afidie no a o produce wi a aban beto ma wetima kotua ne loan no ma wa mboka me mo na nse eburo na nse engude okoto ekuafo meburu asaya a owura beho
okay
eba sa na ebu nipa na bem eduba hu se aduane bu a ekoso ni yetenti emu nyina no obidu ebro last year be 10 acres obu wie ye no ebro ne bu ne ba fomu a ma edu bebi kra no ne mfa so kra no wantumi enya kase enti e discourage sa nipa na se afi obedo bebri enti ye hwe se ne ye cut expenditure no ne ye hwe kwan a ye betumi enya permanent solution edama problems a yankase ye wo.
Beda se Dr. Kofi Osei Edu is an economist. Ye no chuchen komo enyumbre. Wadwen kire no sen edete. Fabra. Pegrif ye measures ban de atutu akwam se ebe boama yetimi aye savings. Ewo expenditure side. Na ye ne susanso a ebenya ede ama. Now, people have said, sir, cabinets approve, ministers, heads of SOEs, ebe contribute 30% of Wonakatua from April to December to the consolidated fund. Ibiaka say yaka nanso so anhwe a enye adwuma because nipa no so Nakatua no dey in the budget. And to go twa so 30%. Now we say wontua amana na system wabeti full also by 50%. Umfa mana and all of that. Sanipan, how is the person going to cope? So if you first month, if you second month, na the coso ya no. Really, and then we are yabubosi. Ebema yet many savings.
Ghana, yenya ati say as a obia ya magician. Obia also your manager. Now, just the total of cuts in Inyano. You're close to about 3.5 billion Ghana cedis. Cuts in Inya. Na measures na ye dia toto hono no membo boso kakra. Say already no nim say government ya announced that say ye be say ye cut it down 20% of expenditure. Ya start implementation credit that. And no ebe boya ma ye to me stabilize your physical and debt sustainability. Number 2, MDS, you know, yes, I cut an extra 10%. That's just the mechanical about 30%. Now some expenditure cutting measures, you know, from the 1st of April, which is just next week, 50% of fuel coupon allocations, you know, for all political appointees, heads of government agencies, state-owned agencies, you know. You bet so 50%.
Affected productivity.
I mentioned this. As I say, you see, we live in a digital world, and in the fast-paced nature of our digitalization, not just say whatever you need to do, it has to be productive. What I say, say, maybe one of your friend busy, so say BUSYNESS. And ye free be business BUSINESS. Yes, but I war with I know not just say you are going about the productivity with efficiency, but in a year with wino, not just a lot of the movement around is not yielding the necessary results that you want. Intermediately said this is also helping to bring a high level of efficiency and efficacy within the system. Number 3, 50%. Of exports, in terms of forward driving vehicles, yet so say assembling of vehicles Ghana So VW ne all those other ones, SUVs na beba no. Na just say market no, you drive alcohol no. All in the effort to say all your usika will exchange money, sika foreign money
no more
will be able to omoji cities.
Okay.
Omoji cities. Cities. Now according to also when you say every time, I mean especially third world middle income developing country. They see tukwan echo looking for investors. But they say no according to any as I say a buying workers be able to know. Say any pre-approved, na critical, na statutory untumi tukwan. Then also really for us to be able to look within senior to me at sika son kakra.
Now ghost workers. Do we still have ghost workers our payroll?
We do.
How?
Lawyer.
After all this digitization and IPPD why we still have Ghana ghosts money. Ghana is the only country where we are not afraid of ghosts. We stay with them, we pay them.
Oh God, lawyer, ghost. You know, you say every season, piano, clean up of Nkofo on retirement. Nkofo also have been a bit ingenuine, so with their ages. Ebi wonoma omo do retirement cry no na still omo pese omo to aso
na go so ye adwuma on the side so ye
and na obi so ho no mo so a wakọ retirement nso age no say o dey ato say on yanko retirement inti accountant general gusu controller gusu tia in the real sense of scheme, like I say, nipa no have a sense of integrity. Now, okonoka say, as a macro retirement, so still uchiameka. Now, you din efimu. Inti these measures, naturally, this year, ye very vigilant. Now, you have a robust system. Ye pa all those ghost people, so be one more teacher, and so ye as teacher. All those ones, ye making sure say it will be a thing of the past. Renegotiation of the energy sector, IPP charges, at the end of Q3, which is third quarter, we are say able to reduce excess capacity payments by 20%. And no to make generate saving close to about 1.5 billion Ghana cedis.
Now this excess capacity thing, you can't just stop there. Hey,
you see. And unim say every time there are new public sector institutions because they be a pass bill be a say commission and any no I say we are trying to put an end to it at least by the end of 2022 April 2022 every new institution be a buying person you be putting an end to it. Now projects industrialization infrastructure now generally ongoing projects and you be prioritize it. Project be a you're going to put a bit of a freeze to it. As I say, so why your project now 20% to completion. Now your project now 80% to completion. Now who weigh the margin now? It's easier to complete 20% than 80% then also they are two. Now conferences, buying workers will be even civil servants will be meetings there are per diems.
Of course.
You're cutting it down by 50% effectively immediately. And then obviously salaries, cabinet for the 20% call executive at the 30% call ministers and heads of state state heads of the institutions state-owned enterprises yet also by 30%. I mean just for a period of time. I don't know you can't burden sharing.
To say they will
contribution.
So if I decide not to contribute,
so we can if you source never.
And I'll tell you, me promise you,
lawyer,
me promise you because want to me am very much to my detriment. Unless genuinely I say okay, so I'll go with it, and we made in so I'm assume say unlawful termination.
Lawyer, just a
Anyway, but
I mean, by and large, I think say the government, we have shown very clearly, say we appreciate challenges na ekoso we are fanenya no na yenya also want to be a part of the solution in terms of burden sharing.
Me da se pebrig ye besia ba na ya hwɛ the other side say ye kate na expenditure side no then revenue side then ye say be ya ibetumi enhance your revenue mobilization. Make up prof this time around ye into individual items and them I say yakati the one pa na da wakoma so we are yakati there ebeboa we there ebianke hu say ya SHS da man for PF ni mu say ebiaban ebeka say free SHS no say there obeye hu bibi but say the finance minister can no just say no there aban enya ade ho there okọ hokra ebi susu say hoso pa na ewi aban e wa aban sikasem e yo hu say an attach and I see and review free SHS in any way, any form, any shape.
Well, my men can free SHS no briefly no about the akana o mabobo so no. Enyam nwanwa sa ban waka se omfane nsa enka free SHS no. Every say Brunei say bibi a friend flagship aban ade ba ko a odi sees nani so pass or ba obeye ama amanfo ba wan twentwen ho kra no ene sa free SHS no ne ba nso enyina nim se aboa ni papa nipa bibra sebe ko mumma school kro ebeye asemama wo mo no sa policy atimi ama awofu bebre ho ahan wo nti eye mede se aban so amfa ne nsa amoso na mom sankamba so timi kan se memfa men san kan na mom mepese mehwehwem kakra na noma bi wo mu a eboka mfi se awofo betimi asomo bi ka ba de ko ho a me de person kan me de efri se enisa aban ma parents omulusu de brain because of more responsibilities oh ba you have a responsibility to take care of your child. And no bin this there some boom pants or do banbeko school. And the school cross there a kawum any tuition. Abansi tuition a teacher for a say being and the mafa. But me bati said free SHS cry fed yes entire cry a tramanco down. I feel by politician back me say and pabwas made the maomo on and on and on. Boarding a diani bibia. If he say no hwe a car e de ma oman no a na hwe awofo bra se be ombotom eye no a o sanke timi discriminate kakra because me ka se me bi kra finance minister na kra kan say free SHS no se nipa bi wo ho a ombetimi ahwe ye ma o se mo mo kwan na omo hwe tie ho aban anko ne de aban ne nim de ntia wanko na me de keka men kwan ko ho kakra nko nyes kakra esevu na maka ne awie no sa list abanye ni nyina no menuani wodika ka se temporary bronisi palliative oyam ekeka kakra no akofto aduro bi o pharmacy se me nomna atome eno nche se yare pa ma aduro no sorry ma akofto aduro na ko ho besen aba and as a band-aid approach to solutions. Bibi atwa wo moje bana kokiri the band-aid atoso. But she also called doctor. Near examine who said there's no infection. So, enti temporary. And now also at yes a buying and no kasa and was say for 9 months beginning April ending the year 2022. Enti 9 months. Enti 9 months na chi nim near beba. Aban pese bonus yen assume say in 9 months no na the economy no aye year say ehia say betu obi asika na asese ho mentiase. So but sika akatuase yet so 30 ni 20%. No crow mun say me personally I'm not impressed because obi anim say abadwuma a wo moye no Ghana generally akatuaye low from ministers to messengers. But what governments in the past and present, oh my yeah, Yediama is a few people in our country. Nkrofobia e ka so mo political class ni bureaucratic class no anything. Ye mo akatua me fan say 1,000 cedis and 2,000 in a month. Now you load allowances upon allowances. I thought that allowance here the more more than the base salary. It is only 20% of your salary. Why are there? But when you are there, sabi young bida.
Maybe 20% on your consolidated allowance.
And you're consolidated. No, you don't touch allowance. Debbie. Yes, I know. Universities. Emra, former president Kufo Hona, University of Castle Besobon. And we introduce research allowance. Because no one say a Cassia de count salary no one, a bet provoke other workers in that sector. Will be as well packet to you. There's a memo teaching or research allowance, a separate. And my fans saw a minister, and I'm not talking about this government, I'm looking at the nation as a whole. Wakatu da hono. Minister, what would increase about 25% of your base salary as housing allowance? Your ma will cast and account 4x4. 4x4 advance on top for the rest of the year. It's interesting, but I'm not impressed. You know why? Because why can't we say henceforth Kranisa yato 8-cylinder vehicles that consumes fuel like camel on the desert? Nemo reduce and could be 6 cylinders. I mean, something we can do. But mediocre, honey say, the whole idea of providing vehicles, at times 2 or 3 for one official, go to Rwanda, you see manage there. They have a pool of vehicles. Your government official, oko sign for official purposes. We are doing we are now they are busy. So, what I'm saying is or see take a long-term view of the crisis I are facing. Because a bambia frequent chroma so time, a best pimne. A bambia ba yenya as a cycle. 5, 6 years, 7 years, na coming economy no na atoto apansam. If we say your economy in Brunei can be said dependent economy. Ye BBA ye be answered and namine back okay. Bibia a brutary and a deba. So any nam so ya Bob Bissia free Fourth Republic will be about Bob Bissia as I could do baby out of pebbles and cry. Yeah, if you see a bomb in ceiling. Oh, it is the idea of say Ghana beyond aid, you know. This is the time one. Also, a coin biso now gradually implemented that philosophy and na Kufuado, your president or the buyer. Because ultimately, you per se a country is self-reliant. So, I will say self-reliant. Intina minua can be before a more see a yin. A honey beer or say agenico. Self-fertilizer project. I be my farmers yenya ready access. Send ye bit me a producer miane, diam cotton ediane. Support Riatihui, ye di millions a year, cotton, dead chicken. I did a post 3 months near Barbary. Oh, well, I'm reporting farmers on Tim Pesam Chelsea. This situation also teach you a lesson be said. Ghanaians, we have to begin to be self-sufficient. And to me, many budget who say new policies are banned by bar. A bebo say in the next 5, 10, 15 years, you know, you bet me gradually, you build the economy, you know. Now you're depending less on the foreign economy and then more on our own local economy.
But that's it. Me saying about chain Professor Bafo Ajimendua and I would see no enyumbre or sign a share no enyumbre. Yet what I dream if I bind she say I would yet tribute if I tibia a womb say and in the aya bit me abua na economy no yasusum enkakra. Now yembra aye sekan etwa anifanu etwa and the aye fa back on was here the other side. Say ye say ye be cut expenditure. A day in the year ye say ye be increase revenue mobilization. Say be ye bit me ama and yema atuto ye e de amain. Ye ba osisi e badan sana no ye hwe mo soso ensema bodi aba nwumbre say ye nkenkan na wiase afena nyina enti lawyer. Now we know that we have listening president. Thanks, Kwajo Dakwa Obuase Kwabrafuso. And this message Ebraying in Yumbre. Set Kwajo Boateng Kumase Daban said it takes a good leader to have solutions for problems. The finance minister have given hope to Ghanaians today, and with this solution to the economic challenges, I know we will come out of these challenges. Regards to Chairman Odeneho Kwaku Apia, Dr. China, and Dr. Mahmoud Baumia said that man sends us this message. Now, DJ Omale and Wayosi from Goso says, fellow Ghanaians, let us all come together and support President Anado and the MPP government to move the country forward. Regards to Hope incoming MPP National Youth Organizer, Hopeful. This one says, thank you, lawyer. Lawyer, this economic hardship is as a result of poor leadership. I don't know the rationale behind housing all students of nursing and teacher training colleges and spending huge sums of money on their utilities, feeding, etc., when we can make certain percentage of these students to save money for development. Our leaders must be proactive because they were schooled together with whites. I really like the submission of Prof. No wonder he is Prof. Ice-T, Canadian House, Kumasi, sends us this message. This one says, lawyer, thank you. Lawyer, this economic hardship is as a result of poor leadership. Well, I see I've read this one somewhere. This one says, good evening to you, lawyer. My name is Marvelous Inside Ejra. In fact, lawyer, let's all be truthful. This government is soft too much. Petrol price reduced. Teacher training allowance maintained. Nursing allowance maintained. NAPCO maintained. Free SHS maintained. Yet still, we didn't go to IMF. No MPP, no Ghana. It says MPP is tough. This one says, lawyer, please, good evening to you. I'm happy for what the finance minister did today, and your economist guess is powerful. Thank you to all your panel members. Honorable Abdul Mumuni, Assembly Member, Government Appointee, Ahafo Acherensia, sends us this message. This one says, Amos Sechi Konongo Prasu says, lawyer, I heard Auditor General said some 52 billion lost. Please, my question is, what is government doing about it? Because this money is bigger than a levy. 52 billion lost. May I say, Mr. Cross check here? I've not heard of this. 50 billion lost to power. Lord, good evening to you and your panelists. These members of your panel have shown maturity in this program without doing politics, but the steps our president has taken is a good one. We know that going forward, Ghanaians will see the benefits of it. I am Richard from Sante Aguna sending us this message. This one says, DJ Opadimo Kumase Swami. He says, NDC, if you like, save your money for the campaign you will do, but still you will lose. Greetings to Chairman Odeneho Kwaku Apia, Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, Lawyer Justin Kodua, Nanabi, John Kuma, and Ajiman Budu, Honorable Sampai, and my mentor Kwame NPP. This one says, good evening to you, lawyer. My name is Honorable Guy 90. Nama Kwakuta, Assemblyman of Finso South Municipal. Lawyer, you can lie to become power. Okay, you can lie to come to power, but the reality of the citizens will expose you. That is what is exposing Nanado and Dr. Baumia government now in Ghana. Okay, so other messages, I will try and read them. Lawyer, cannot write much because of time and space, but I will be very glad if you could invite me to your program for me to chip in my economic measures to save Ghana. I don't have PhD in economics, but I have a lot of ideas about the economists. Daniel Ajay Akuyase sends us this message. Daniel, oh, don't worry, we'll invite you one day to give us your economic solution to Ghana's problem. Good evening to you, lawyer. I think the best the executive and the government appointee could have done is to allow them to buy their own fuel and stop giving them fuel coupon. Justine in Chira sends us this one. Hey, and that's Obianco meeting. Good evening to you, lawyer, for good education. May God bless you and your panelists, Samoa Asagu. You win. Chairman sends us this message. This one says, good evening to you, lawyer. Our president is not a dead good president, but a listening president from Listowel Zima Enyinase sending us this message. This one says, I am now seeing that Nanado is working. Left with Mahama, we would have joined IMF so that it will suffer for him to gain no more NDC. Saint Augustine Santase sends us this message. Okay, other messages, I'll try to read few of them, and then we'll continue with the studio discussion. Now, this one says, lawyer, good evening to you. I thank MPP government for not cancelling free SHS and teacher trainee allowances. This one is coming from Desmond Sefi area. Now, this one says, lawyer, please ask your panel members to explain much about NAPCO. Simon inside Drobo. What is NAPCO that you want to hear? Say a chairman, I say a chum. NAPCO. Okay, Tiana, I go come once a man. We panel for no need any information for you. I am Friday born Ghana from Chronom. These two parties are killing our nation, especially the youth, and keep the good work. Greetings to my wife to be at the park in Kumasi. Your wife to be here. Good evening to you, lawyer. Cutting down salaries is not enough. The government should check the loopholes of our revenue collection. Father SK Kenya Kumasi sends us this one. This one says, good evening to you. Let's say no to John incompetent Mahama. Even Satan has forsaken him. The only people that welcome him are the please, when you're sending me a message, you know that some words I won't read. Good evening to you, lawyer. Ghana is now crying from a Francia and John. I hope I have not butchered your name. Lawyer, NAPCO should have been abolished. Okay, somebody wants NAPCO to be maintained. Lawyer, good evening to you. Please kindly inform the MPP led by President Nanado to reduce the price of fuel to help relieve Ghanaians from the financial hardship, to guarantee the reason why Ghanaians voted massively for the MPP. Condes Bedu Sefshi Asafo. Condes Bedu President Sefu Ono Omo Ateso 15 pesos. The government should strengthen the internal audit department in the public sector to avoid corruption. They should pass the internal audit service bill that is going to help us save money, more money for the country. Well, that is, thank you very much for your message. Lawyer, thank you. It is so refreshing listening to the good prof. I pray he makes more time for media space to help change our psyche as people. Isaac Asiedu Offenso says his greetings to prof. Good evening to you. Lawyer is out to take money from the citizen to fuel national ambulance cause it happens in Wasa East 2, and the young guy has lost his life. Oh, this is very unfortunate. Baroski from Asiswa says, Deputy Secretary hopeful Bosomche constituency, Ghanaians should wait for the economic management team for their pragmatic measures they have been put in place. Surely things will change in due time. Shout out to Sika Obush, Chairman hopeful Bosomche constituency. Sika Obush Park. Lord, if all these will work, the citizenry must help. For instance, Obuasi, a bag of cement is 62 cedis. Why? Ata Akosa from Patasi says, thank you, lawyer. We thank Akufo-Addo's government for assessing economic to reduce some of the salaries and the taxes. Okay, this is a good evening to you, lawyer. Please, what is the government doing about salaries and allowances of the Article 71 office holders? CEOs Nanaba from Prestia, from Prestia sends us this message. And this one says, my name is Samuel. I have 100 bags of rice, but Ghanaians don't like the local rice. Oh, Ghana. Well, that is a shame because Samuel, local rice, I like kwenkwen. That's my favorite. If I can get it every day, I'll eat it every day. It's sad to say, crying ha, yenton kwenkwen ewoha. I don't know why. And crying, yenye kwenkwen woha. Upe kwenkwen ya di one crying. I will be aden. Kwenkwen is the best. We don't sell kwenkwen in crying. I just say, I check. Ebi no will be 80. Obi starting your kwenkwen meba on that will free at the amount na ya increase because Ghana for nya kwenkwen anke be di by entombi e won cry. Reduction of salaries should exclude teachers. Hey, because their pays. Hey, teacher kat ya de wan e ko pe no asema kokko. Abono krapa osima aduanan enwotwe ewo Kessben Studios Punch Jumadie na waso eguso awotie ewo 92.9 Usanti ewo 93.3. We share live on Kessben Television. We're also live on Facebook Live. We're also live on the YouTube. My messages no na my idea making can be akwanya ba message I can kind the last one now. Yembra the other side, the revenue measures bebuana ya boost revenue mobilization. Documents say in free or and say ben and I buy no say or di go akwam say be ya ibetumi enyeska or see levy sadly na reho sempa ne say parliament da ho ebia ho yenya enso mu ade a eha yempa eye property rates e ho asem eno so e wo se yeka na ye hwe revenue measures ben na ban and or the two dwa ne a beboa da Ghana yedi.
Lawyer, I mean, fat and free has saying, we had 2022 budget in the maon. Na expenditure 137.5 billion Ghana cedis. Your revenue 100.5 billion Ghana cedis. Osha na interest payment nkwa bosia bo ayabo insihu keke enye bosia na podcast ka botene no insihu keke ayebetua 2022 no abans 37.4 billion Ghana cedis. Insihu keke interest for 2022 ekotua no 37.4 billion Ghana cedis. Sika abans do be mpuntu dwuma odi betwa kwan obesi school adan obesi hospital akwesi be for the capital expenditure no 16.3 billion. Nessa ubompuntu dwuma hu sika no times 2 a mpremienu a enduru sika edi kotua insihu no eno kyem no mienu se ese yeduru be biga na duru ba bi a iye ni free bosia bo amanone ne ye ne a yete o man mu yede yaboso ebo na yese ekwa be ne betumi afaso a ye beboa moman no enya aban ne ye boa no ye beboa moman no etumi enye sika na impuntu dwuma yepesi yehu no ye ne etumi yehu ne edi kan aban se ewo ne hihye mu no onim se sika nwunu ewo port we de nyina nim say ba revenue jeje no a de emma ye revenue de bia ne ntumi meet your target sika na enwunu no te aban to bi sisi ntokro no a abetumi ama ye nya sika nti aban say sa task force a ye fe no race for no de omo no be ye ne say omo modern support any baby bia na onim sika timi nwunu wo ho no ombe ye adwuma ho sisi ntokro ni nyina sa no sika bia ese nwunu no osisi sa ntokro no a sika entumi enwunu.
I believe in digitalization than tax force nipa machines and ye adwuma assessment bibia electronic ya na eboa tax force ye niam no go on ye ye kan ye no nka so 250 cedis 150 cedis or so okay munye 30 cedis am come baby oh sa wo kra next time enye sa bi
abaji omudi sa race for the abaji
ombe I'm saying say human factor no ho a
yes
yeah na temptation no great but digitization ya na eboa
na computer na chikura nipa na tra computer na chi o
of course by ebi nipa ti ona machine monitor no ya na minimize ne ne ma no kaka
ya ampamu enti ose eno ne kwan oboso be si tokro ni nyina de toso bi afi ordinary be chere property rate no pe property rate problem ye wo pa o property rate no enye na ngigi o eye data ye ni data e wo wona o wodan wona wo japade so mutua property rate no oko district na any municipal asna ubusa se afi data mu wo no edan dodo in fa edan po ye fa other properties ne to nchen edan dodo sen in the wo sa district ha omo qualify say so mutua property rate unya any data ye ni data ni ntino ye tumi hu wona wotua ne wona wontua ye wona ese ye ko mu fie wona ese ye ko mu fie ina wo ka digitalization se ye tumi enya district baako yenim edan dodo e wo ho edan ne wuru anom telephone numbers ye wo mu details e wo ho se omutua ye wo computer omutua etimi hu se wo ye tua wo yintua ye nya bia etimu so nipa 9000 ene wo japade wa ha emu 2000 na etua omo maka ni ntua wona wo ntua na ebiti ha ti ye tuka ekokro bi so a ye nim se asumesi ni fie wa ha mantem ha na wote ontua ye sika se ne se wotua eba sa na ebetumi ama ye ho atoye abansa horo ne nature
digitalization abasisi with the population and housing census still I betumi aka say any data no ewo population and housing as say the plates abubo efie bia ho a GPS address ewo hoi ebe then they aka say East Legon, West Legon,
yeah, national data. But property rate in JJ no, enye national. District na kasa na JJ. Iti eduru we say sa district na kasa data no. No mu se na obetima manage sa data no. Eti manage o musika. It is obeye na Ghana Sasca service etinkran. Omo head office na sa data na wa. Me kura se mu data no. Enti nipa na odeje also normally e obi krampa contract de ama no no odeje enti wokofie akokoko pacha odi de se odhwe ne kraba obo ohwe ne msa se untua yo se minisco oni obo de afama me otun je board ye free enti se ye water data na ewo assembly se Ghana Service de be mo omo aban se wayesa GRF na be sa data mama de sa data enti no na aban introduce se acha bosuma ye be wurami sa na eba GRF data na nkasa mo behwe na mo de je awie a na aban so nyaketu abi efuru na de naka ama assembly no e de arane omo business
so I know somebody omo develop software and mechanism ye de begiche rent tax e wo Ghana ha amazing in fact me hu dreamy I am hoping say empanyimfo ede won ani be ko na wa so mo de ko na ko mo hwe sa property rate we a so digital I say like you pay it without sweat and the GG no so you beje without spending much money as can no bia abambenya ebe enhance ebe boost gamere. I'm hoping say those who are to push it will push it quickly now. To me I was amazed when I saw it. And I think this is the way to go.
Na aban so sanso asere hwe de ebeto dwa na aban so sere se enimenimu ya na parliament ebetumi age yi levy atum because aban any da so pa no man so nyanya da so but when fa konye su na
fees and charges tax exemptions bill because no say yes be my scapa tax exemptions bill fees and charges parliament no say koru my heading
and then how your my Ghana how enye ho parliament
adwa for no so mo parliament e here mo parliament
na lawyer the ATN so say taxes are emrama aban ho kwan se won gige no saban etumi agege na wadege ni yie mpo a nka yi levy kran ka yembo so nka ho asem taxes e wo kratem a emrama aban kwan se won gige so wadege na wadege ni yie a ebetumi mo man no enye sika man ka yem biduru bebi a ye behwe yi levy na o kan rent ho asem se ya okasa no your tax e rental income tax obankran ha wono ha da doso papa ye ne ha da wonkran ha no ye doso pa but emra se aban mra e kire se obi e ha dan a sika wode ma fie wura no owo 8% say commercial 12.5 equal 30% e se wode ma aban
withholding
ye wo enkran ha obi e ha dan in dollars mpo otua ma aban obi ha ni si obi bosome otua 2000 e wo down otim sa nipa we ya ha dan 2 years yentua 1 cedi kura ma aban it is say aban ednani e kire rental income tax no ma hwese sa we no obi o ha dan bia no wotimi etua de se wotua de ama aban a ebe ma aban enye sika sa we de ye ka ho asemi si etimi de gi ni yi a sika ebenye furu no anhwe bebro 6.9 billion Ghana cedis na aban nani a kire e wo yi levy no nti no ese de aban emrama ne kwan se won gige no omo nani ko ho na origin ye property rate a wo so ye kan wasem say ye fe na be create platform property rate e bre so nya ne ye say eno na ntoku ato me boa prof macha eno anu sa we asem wo yon ye be wo ye aye nyini nyina ye kira daada de bia no wo komantema ye ntua de ntina up to now ye nya ni gese ye betua sa normal no ana say ye ntia sa normal no ni ntua ase itine bebi aba bedu no aban say afi yesi etimi increase ye revenue ba betumi increase ye revenue so a chise ye ne yankasa ye ho so ye ho ekasa bebi a ma Ghana aba bedu no enya aban asem nti aban de obobo ni o say property rate ne be ye yi levy ene de ka ho nyina ye momoden a say ye beje atum na otimi ye sika free ho obema nkofo bebi a loopholes dida e wo tax ingege no obomoden so obesisi ni nyina ba de ba ko a esi ye ne kire ebe metimi ye revenue ni ye sika no atena ho pa eye aban sika ode ma aban mpayimfo na ba adwuma yefo so mo fa ndi dwuma enwunu ko because all the task force ABCC de ewo revenue no ho a yem fansisi ni a sika so kodi ne ho a so won fa nyi dwuma bia on fa nso ndie say me say obi send say auditor general report no all kan ho asem na o issue the way say lost but o hwe sika eyira ana sika yentumi account for wo auditor general report emu a ubusa ho say enti no ebe hye yemu bi nkran say ontua tax ana
eno ni asem
ebe hye mu bi nkran say ontua tax because as sika na ye ka ho asem no ekoduru aban pani bi wo be say Ghana ha ho the air ya na say akwala ko wie sika wo so ye awi so ye penny na we aban we politician ana say we minister bi na tiba bi na odi aban office penny odi sika ni ama brofo kama kwa e say ambassador financial malfeasance e kan de na enti ase enti ne e da cover awi ne so but see ma aban mra ye adwuma say afi say revenue ye kekan aban de ba abonten say sesi ya no say wodi 1 cedi mpo emra na obedi ye ma auditor general bi atumi bi a so hwehwem na say enkoyi a engu krata so keke me yembobo so afibia na media for mapeja mutimi ebukura 1 month mo ka ho asama month ne twemu pe ne ye ma akwakoye se ne wo akukuduro no obetimi bo maga na kwase a so akukuduro no unsu edem gu ase a ye bo odin wo radio so TV so ne enha wa betimi dia basic akukos ye ka bosumi ne twemu pe ye nka ho asem bi next year no ne akofoforo so obi foforo won so edi bi die so titembia we smarter ubedim ya bodi 10 years kwada hudi
okay
it is ma auditor general tumi bia okopie public account committee a yembusebusa wonsem na wonso de ko eke tumi bia wo sore ko a ye beton wo japade etuaka
okay na dance kranti na yensia no se wundi ansa na auditors abeka se wadi you are public. No, see, I've always believed in the Dr. Baumiaka digitalization. You prevent the person from chopping the money. So this kind of real software and misapplication of funds, so embezzlement, financial fees and so
irregularities, financial irregularities.
Oh, the local tomb cries cano, but they be a see anoa, give it to me the IBB a babuine. But I say, document sign Abasa, Quenya Bama, Menko Pelgrivo, now Menina Venture on measures. Ban say, ye did Google Aquem, I be my it me mobilize more money. The first one, a major one, the almighty E-levy. They be to say E-levy there.
Lawyer.
Almighty E-levy. E-levy is so on the table.
Lawyer, E-levy, you know, me say, you did Chibibre. It's say, you need Minister for Finance. Your first town hall meeting, you go through there. Miankasa Kobi. If you go through there, no, you call Western Region. Misan Kobi. If you Western Region, and you call Savannah, Tamale, Misan Kobi. If you Tamale, no, and you call Wa, Sankobi, nearby Volta Region.
Namu, she's no parliament. And there was a pass here.
As a lawyer, parliamentarians and they say, almost constituents, almost almost 11. Now, you so say parliament, 275 people. Nipa 18 million at Tuabano. Yen to me, yen to me contra parliament. Inti se Jumadi BBC pa and actually says yenya double-edged approach. Yeni parliament aiding common. Ye parle no. Na yene constituency no so aiding common.
Constituency in Tuaba parliament.
Oh no.
Member CBC. Ucha to cry mobilize your people to go. You have 138. Mobilize your 138 to go and approve it. It's not easy. That is where the problem is. But
lawyer, mobilization of our people no get difficult. But you
sure.
Oh lawyer, get difficult.
138 is difficult.
Oh, 138.
Then what is delaying the passage?
Oh lawyer. Lawyer, the yanko 11 who come on. Yanko 11 who come so. What my dog has said. Prof person will call towards that. What was said. But unim. Yesha measures na yesha CFE senior dog kind no property rate say by the end of 2022 of April no ye be shase say ye be revise property rate na ya jemo me lawyer unim property rate the hu hia pa isan said sika bebre o no ma SCC agifi ono unim say abrochi bebre na nipa bebre ento dan bebre isan say property rate no ne wedding. And so Ghana there, we sika kakra or die wo point A, point B, point C, point D. Sign or die on the crash. Just a nipa bako be or die by 15. But see started the property rates in the brain ebe boa with inkofonso omu keep your musika. Ni ya also boa ma yesi de no en ya hoden ye. Na ye be implement bibi e friend e-VAT, e-commerce, e-gaming. And also e-gaming no sport bet no ne no. And Gaming Commission GRA Funya by the end of April 2022. Just say ma ye near ko baby a ye nin time enko honum ni nya ye revenue measures ni bi. Na ye will be a person rolling out by 2022 of July. And ye friend no tax filing mobile application. And no online platform bi a eja omo moton ade omo di files tax home komono. Just by the mobile phone, you can just be able to pay your tax by July 2022. Eja send ya yeka 11 hun sensema eja 138 hun semba where ese yeshena yedi hun komo ye no de no de ebedi hun komo later. But 11 still is on the bill. Say parliament as a somobwa na benkum ni nifa manti aseba. You know, send ya be betumi akoye ni tax exemptions bill, any fees and charges we no so no ye be impressive upon parliament and be yaninya ye be pass ye na ye be prioritizing revenue assurance, compliance and enforcement ye friend race program no I no leakages be brea war fuel bunkering any small scale mining no you know yahwe send you be able to me yin in if you know now lawyer sand winning any query for no so no you perceive the any corner now any private sector for a partner send you be able to make more revenue from our natural resources lawyer you know immediately no
usika sana waniti ebi na yi usika sana waniti wani
yeah so lawyer yeko yenim no immediately un say nkofo bebre om de nema ba Ghana om beso betua duty immediately ni person enforce no duty no exit policy especially for NPS inti san nema way financial currency measures no be on ma ye de toto on exchange rate no enkomo no pay cut pays ne we person toto on inti these measures in EGD say no at least you say from the next quarter April, May, June, and then even up to the end of the year no there's going to be a lot of robust cuts you say in terms of aggregates, close to about 3.5 billion Ghana cedis will be saved.
Peggy Vansan and Meko a prof on two issues. Now, one, a tax exemptions bill. You share Sika, you lose because of tax exemptions. Now, bill Nanke, they call parliament, a bit me abuana, kayet me mobilize more from exemptions. I demand still now, it is before parliament. Impasse here, and then a man delay, levy problem, Nabiana, so far. Then again, amount for a visa say situation I won't see. Say a yellow na sulala, a wo baby pia. A day in a bako ananka, mayen sika, I stop paying. Yen yaku kudurian kofamba. Yentia a year toast, our coins. Because they say
lawyer
like they say you come baby out you try to get here so you koha and also so you are there not to say you try maska. Why don't we go back and get money from there? And that will be for another conversation.
Lawyer yes sanko fa yenchi but me did say you ko yenim no inema bebre a ese say you dey tutu ye say afi no yenya wie
with digitized
you better send ya
but the numbers of way the car tracks say ya kwan omo so free o and omo kosa just like that kwan is no more NMC and sky yenya free say the be bibi the be to kru but me ko prof na me prof measures revenue mobilization measures na ye hwe and susan so ebenya am prof
me la say no crani so hwe akwan bi a aban e panyini bawumia di animu a se ne wa kan digitalization ode ba no empa ya na yebo se sakukoduro no entra ho na ye momode na ye mpushi because itimi digitalize economy na said de na menu an yi kan sika enyunugu nkrofo botom ana nyunugu fom ni nyina ne betimi ate so pa ma ama sika jeje no eje a ebetimi atim ti ade a ye bo aban no na baso na ye momodna support Dr. Baumia sa dwumadi o de asin ani so na very very important na makasa wie no ade ba kon se adwene ho ne se oman no nkoso no enye one party ena obetimi e de aba e wo se Ghana fo nyina na etimi together etimi ma oman no koso de nti ameka we ne se ye politics ye wonu se sia no se wo hwa NPP ni NDC omna e dominate omna etimi win power until that thing changes no important say sa parties are mfie nwotwe bia na baako aba na oiko no we aba no o se nya kwan bia sa parties mienu menyante ase bi na ye de oman no ho do adi anim rather than party no ho do o de ntia meka sane se sa ilevia esensen hoi na obusa another bill and so since ni nyina free say parliament ho no asundwe ni ho parties ni nyante ase bi na se ahwe ni ye ne se ye nya ekwan bi amfoma ama together democracy de omo ye no technically no ne kwan so a ne kwan so a na so ye no sa so a sebe na ese niam bebre timi ade ba ko hia me this economy no it cannot be fixed by one party nti osa parties ni nya consensus bi na yetimi hu se oman no hyehyeye no ye hyehyeye no 4 year 8 years oman bia akoso wiase in our time in our generation no omodi at least 25 23 25 to 30 years in assesa oman no we Singapore, Malaysia, South Korea, even Thailand oma they say yetimi ko omoko bosian ye kope omobosian bebre omode nhyehyeye bi na toto ho na ye ni Ghana we ye ni hyehyeye party be about the manifesto no beka ma ye de no aka ye ba no asom no aye ni obetimi a no okọ to about member 200 schools otimi ye mu 30 bia ni ofra ba mu a de obeba no no ma na sensan ho kakra ne bi say aban also obema 101 hospitals medim say untimi nye at the end of the tenure and yet possible to build 101 hospitals in the remaining 3 years. But the idea say build the hospitals a great idea. Tis a 10 and not 20 crown bet me aya. The obeban also to us. Sanchi shaya ye ni wohono a idea be a boy a kahunu because meaning projects be a previous governments from Rollins time or maybe at times from Nkrumah time. To say Kumasi, Gia, a champion started a huge project for maternity. Your man see 45 years. Nti mrana na do beka say obey no afi engineers course see bubu ni nyina go. Meanwhile na invest about $25 million in that. West. Nti I think said the yakika see ye measures ye be ye economy nyina. See ntimi an straighten ye politics the manage economy na. Tembia ye tu sika hunu egu nsuo eno me ha me ti me pesa aban the measures crowd the abai obetimi ne other side no anya nkita ye hu bi nkita hu bi na ye nwene long term say no say ye na oman koso oba ehia me more than salary 30% 20%. What do you say 9 months na atwam now we get 3 billion no it means so how many months now the best service would that equipment service by the way and to me feel say it's important say be look long term near more permanent solutions to our problems rather than these ad hoc measures say buying free one for fraba near SAS started bio it's killing us, it's really killing us.
Professor Bafo Ajimendia edenyumbre utie no osan eweno. Now, Bimbra ho a doc. Now, let me pick your opinion on this. Two important issues. Now, the Ghana phobia ebisa and say measures I did go up in say basa yentimi amwa na ye sidi no antimi nyana holding against the dollar. Any other major currencies now. Ye didn't go because ye servicing of debts are now working. Ubehwede na nye bia bosia no bi e de akobo abeka ho nanso ednam sesidi no na ho ode nko fa binti no e de ye ka no bi abeka ho wa abreko ayenkobo bosia enti so hwe measures aban de agu ho ya they are not all can say one Bank of Ghana, Government of Ghana to include external financing arrangement of up to 2 billion in the next 2 to 6 weeks in line with approved external financing of 22 and for liability management. And then Ministry of Finance will work with the central bank to review the foreign exchange retention policy to ensure multinational companies in the extractive sectors retain foreign exchange earnings from the sale of our resources in the country. Doc, you come here ni ebo my fa ye yiwa. I want to so ben the wo ho say ye CD na ho odin se ya na say na ebufa so yi ebenya enyina ho bi aboa ma esi di na ho de atimi awie pe
am edwuma nkasa wo Ghana ha enye ye ne Ghana for ye dia no especially omo ye gold ene omo extract ye oil ne ye other raw materials no nia etie ne se omunya koton ade ne wie ne sika ne ba penom de ko omukrum because oye hoho man mu enti aban se ohwe kwan bi obetumi a review foreign exchange retention policy no na ama sanko foi sika omde bi be ko omukrum de na so bebre betumi aka oman ne mu because otu gold no no okoton a onya kwesi bro ni sika dollar no onya euro no so ode bare kebe o man Ghana ha kebe ma ye dollar na dɔɔso ye euro na dɔɔso nti kama pressure nkebe da dollar na euro no so no ebe kɔfom don't say ebra na mi de banchi eye mfato ho no nso bi na me ka se banchi kakra bi no bebre pe se fanse nipa na ye pre banchi be 5 cedis so na ehu se banchi ka kakra ka bia besi wo ka na nya bie ya banchi ka ma o se meto banchi ka ma udi sen se dollar na dɔɔso e wo system ni mu a dia etaye ne se emma nipa ndwene se dollar na be short nti onto bi mfensi eyi no free ho eba sa no so a emma pressure nipa bebre ukọ marketer dollar na wo ho nti no emma pressure be da dollar no so te ma seed etimi stabilize kakra die kan se aban emfa ose enye oyo se saa we ya okay otimi imprempre nya tim review we a ebe boa wo man because sikarodo a ohwe we ya ye petrol ho asama ye fango ho asama si Ghana yetu oil wa ho wo hwa ewo nansiya mu afi atwam kwai ye petrol no yetu ye de enya $394.7 billion sa sika ye nya ye Ghana ha ye ne sika ewo mu Ghana for ye ne dia $513 million wow ye can billion once more $394.7 billion ye dey $513 million it is yemu say say dey ye dey na pe be ye ho the enya ye dey ara brofo omo de be ko hin omo de be ko it is all come Ghana ye ne export oil pa Ghana kan maya omo tu fango de kwa ma no ne koton di nya sika de unya ye ni the echo ye no edo so sa de the sa dollars no ekogu ni krom ma ni krom dollar na bu mo matimi enya faso ne ho kyede ye enti aban policy o de ba no so o review a mbra onim se lawyer oba Ghana ha ye schools be promote school fees in dollars so
of course
ye hotels o Ghana ha but onim se ti amra Bank of Ghana mbra no etia se ote Ghana ha na obeji obi obeji mu obi beto ade in dollars adentia bebi aba bedun ese ye ma mbra eye adwuma aban de we ni beba oye de ba se be ye adwuma ema yesi netima gina na naso a chi se mbra eye adwuma ye enforce mbra no
medase asofo na asese asofo ansori pi omo jiska cities ne free jomfo man ho a quickly na anajo omo afre ayifo na sisa na omo abesisa cities ni na into dollars na omo de ko Dubai no mo de akototo adan wo Dubai no mo aye videos ya dream ko sa area
we dey controversial say taxi sa ankofo
omo nkrofo sika city say wo sa ma eye bags no bi omo di ko dru fia no mo afre wona wo sisa sika e wo yi no line no mo ba fie no mo sisa cities ni nyina into dollars amom no mo de ko abrochi obi a omo de ombegu car ties no omo de across the code bring we have a long way to Pedro yepon akabe we mema 2 minutes ufana we measure say bebu ana ya stabilize ye currency against major currencies
let me say stabilization of our currency media omampeni nyaka say we injected $2 billion na so $2 billion Mijidi pa say it would really be a help.
Now speculators is so kind your money can cry before I remember cry no my jerry before I remember no my jerry.
But really just in these 2 minutes is to show an appreciation very much say the Ghanaian people should continually remain resolute and put their trust in the leadership of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Say we are on top of issues, and we are willing and continually assisting and mitigating global issues now. ACC Bebrebe, mitigating its impact on the Ghanaian person.
Prof.
Lawyer, quickly. Asma would the bar a chire mini so di be at was we. In Comoy nyina say yen can be bifa Ghanaians responsibility I wo. Aban bia no be successful without the support of the people. Now people support also no is not a mere expression of say me support, but our behavior, our attitude. E wo ho a support to government policy no. Enu ne here. Sanya wa wo kan ye. Wo de wo kofa asofo so la menim se memfa ho so bia. Se asofo timi gigis kan ye kosesa ne de kodoto adan. But ordinary people, our attitude towards governance, because successful governance require both sides, the governed and the governors. It's a band bibia bas mefan says area of sanitation. Nese wo nam na to no magu gata mu na wo da ho kase enkran efi aban won prepra enkran mu aban no ne hwan na say that civil responsibility no ekọ ya ne susu I school near subject we friend no civics me minimum time so ye kire obi elementary school civics so citizenship ye kire ye. So other countries, places I don't have to mention, from kindergarten, you try more citizenship. Until you know now, a sense of responsibility, paying taxation, you've been taught. Who are dying a property tax, you've been a catcher. Oh, now I know you had a lucky in our system. Into me feel said no my can I was a fan baby and young fan cautious sukumu. From the infancy, the intimacy and quad, I had the Sabi and you say, Bewako, de Bonia, ye di or mano, and ye did Beko, ye Bewako, ye ninko nemo, one my bano dear, yen pequampi, a quambimfa, and mawomo. Now met me so or manu ye, senia, ye wukon or magana, a begina, the bia nanyanity.
Oh, what a wonderful note to end the program. But then, son, I be sorry, Jumadi, so me refuse crank a contempt a betchimison. Honorable Samuel Pine, who is a Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly or Mumeyo, Sampine. Saturday we and I bebuano, Yakan Hona, the lovely wife, Oba Fosti, ne papa when any baby crow, Yakwa Yakopeno crabie, na ye no Edia Twasu so. Sampine, Honorable Sampine Mayo, and see ye na ye a Saturday we no. Say na and she no etie. No pano, ye bekwa ye de no betumpem. Ewo plot number 82 block A. Ewo New Swami Kumase. Aha. Yefriwa, ye beko akwa kusie no. Ewo Holy Rosary, Catholic Church. Eho, ena ye beko akwa burial service no. Iwie na yekosie no ewo atwema hwediem na ya ba betena se meka atwema hwediem na achampon achampon papa na nkasa ye frɛ no Mr. Michael Achampon o de 83 years so fra Achampon wam sa Achampon krom ho de for see abusuafo ho anomo enti Saturday 26th of March ye ene ye betena se ye na wo so ame New Swami Kumasi opposite the Redemption Assemblies of God Church. And we notice is hereby served. Adofo nyina beba beboa na yakoja meyo na wakoye NCA na ayefefe for senior busuano so nyina no mema mu nyina nso so ye yako. Ye dampanyimfo a wo ba adwumadie anwumbre ase ye sori so a Jumadi bakwa ebeto aso no ebeye ese yatudin se asempa kanea sorry so asempa kanea ene beba bade beda empanyimfo ase enwumbre se wabetna ase na ye ne wona twetwe nkomo enwumbre Professor Bafo Ajiman Dua embribia etwam United Nations na or a senior governance advisor ewo ho or a co-founder CDD na yɛne no atwetwe nkɔmmɔ anwummerɛ. Dr. Kofi Osayedu ɛyɛ economist, yɛnda no ase paa yɛ Pelgrave Boakye Dankwa ɛyɛ government spokesperson on security and governance. Wɔn a wɔhyehyɛ dwumadie a yɛde brɛ mu yɛda mu nyinaa ase. Meeting Eddie Ohene Gyan lawyer, thank you, and I'll thank you too. Next week, God willing, we'll be here to serve Madagana on the same platform. Enjoy the rest of your evening.